Guys, missing content. Wow, I am super loud. But today we're going to be talking about real wheels versus fake wheels. And I got a lovely cast here. We got Brendan, we got Pat, and we got Alex. Alex, you want to give a quick little rundown of who you are, 20-second intro, what you drive, what you like to do?
Okay, my name is Alex. I have a JZX90 Mark II. That's about it. I don't know.
The taco, bro.
Well, I got a Tacoma, but the thing's stock.
Don't matter. It's a TRD.
Good daily. It's a good daily for when my JZX is broken, aka right now.
Nice. So, yeah, we're all chilling here, and good topic to talk about is real wheels versus fake wheels. Would you rock either or both? What's your, I guess, limit on your purpose of drift or of fake wheels, etc.? Like, I know for me, I have both. Fake wheels, I'll drift on them all day. I'll drive on them all day. Honestly, it doesn't even matter at this point. I feel like it's more of a hype type of thing where,
Absolutely.
where people are just like, oh, you can't have that because it's not real. Like, there's a whole social media aspect and almost like a peer pressure type of thing.
But I mean, fake will still got to meet like a certain standard to be mass produced. So, you know what I mean?
Very, very true.
So,
But, I mean, just recently I picked up, what are they, GMRs? Shout out to Adrian. Dude, 6 GMRs, 18 by 9.5 for 2 of them, 18 by 10.5 plus 15 with federal tires on them. Like, for $1,000.
yeah,
Like,
see?
You can't go wrong.
you can't go wrong. And those are like super sick specs. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy because now, like, TE37s, you got like 18 by 8 plus 40 something, and
Yeah,
people
those-
want like $3,000-$4,000 for
Yeah, I
them.
might want those specs.
Give me those Rotas, 18 by 9.5 plus 12 for like $800. But what's your take, Brendan?
Damn, I don't know. I feel like only thrashing on like the rep wheels is the way to go, but then you hit something and you're absolutely screwed. Like I feel like when we were at the track in Vibes, if Paul didn't have the real wheels, could have lost a lot more than just a bent subframe.
Oh,
But at the same time,
that
it's
is
like
true.
if you're gonna hit something, might as well hit the reps.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I like
true
to
that.
cruise on the real ones because you never know when it's just like hit a bad bump in New England, you get a crack.
Yeah.
So I mean that's kind of what I give, but tires are tires at this point. I just go by like hardness. I was drifting on 12-year-old tires, which is not a good idea.
Oh,
Let's
man.
be honest though, your pair of reps, those lasted you an event, and then I
Dude.
borrowed them for an event,
they're
and they
still
did not
good.
wear a single thing. I think
Really?
they said it was from like 2006,
Yeah,
something
oh,
like
geez.
that. Those things are rock hard, man. But
Yeah,
those
yeah.
did not wear a single bit. Those are on
real.
the teehees.
Older the better. They age like fine wine.
Nice.
Boy.
But Pat, I know, like you were saying, they do need to meet a certain spec.
Yeah, and like the thing with like fake wheels, like just know your place. And don't be that guy that, puts Regan Master stickers on rotor slips. Like, don't do that.
Damn, I almost did that.
No!
Oh boy.
I was like, okay, Rota Slips, $500, stickers, $100. Okay.
all fun and games to look in the back of that wheel. Don't say Russia.
Oh, true.
Don't take them off.
Yeah, for real.
It says hola. But what'd you have on your GZX90 before? Didn't you have work wheels?
Yeah, I had T7Rs, and now I'm on GMRs like you now. But
Okay.
my thing with fake wheels and like real wheels, I honestly don't really care as long as, like Pat mentioned, their quality. So if they're a fake company and they're obviously like a replicated design, as long as they're decently made, like GMRs, they're flow formed, so I at least feel a little bit safer riding those wheels versus something that's gravity cast back in China. So I don't really mind that much. I'm never gonna pretend like they're the real ones, but they have a good place, I guess. I don't know. They're cheap. They work. I don't really care
And they
about
look
name
good.
brand. Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like I really don't care about branding anymore. I used to be like, oh, I gotta have like some baller KFs and like I'm gonna spend $4,000 on wheels on this, and it's like
True.
I don't know. I would like to do that, but at the same time, if I see a good deal for like these GMRs, which I shout out to Johnny, I got them
Yeah.
off of his Stanky Zanky right when he got it. I got a good deal on those, so I'm like, I think I paid like $600-700 with tires for
Yeah.
them. I'm like, yeah,
Can't go wrong.
can't go
That's
wrong there.
crazy, yeah.
That's true. But I mean, that's a good company right there. GMR, like they're coming out with pretty like nice wheels. Not gonna lie.
I feel like that's a heavy topic because some people are like, oh, these guys are making like Minerva reps, VSXX reps,
Yeah.
SSR Koenig reps and stuff like that. Honestly, I think their starting price is like $2,500 for a full set, your specs. I don't think you can go wrong.
Oh really? I didn't know it was.
They're not bad. I mean, I was talking to Johnny Balkin about it. I'm like, honestly, you're paying, like you said, like $3,000 for used like 17x8 plus 45s, where you could just get the rep ones that you know are forged, true 3-piece, brand new lips, barrels, faces, powder coated
Right,
for
right,
less.
right.
So I'm like, I don't really care about
That's the way to
branding.
go.
I personally like VR wheels from my experience, so I wouldn't mind spending the money on that. I mean, I'd rather spend $2,500 for a brand new one in my specs
Yep.
versus getting 18x8 KFs or like even more money,
And
and,
then
then
you
have to
gotta
go do all
yep.
that stuff again.
You gotta weigh, you gotta resize
Yeah.
them, and going through spending more money, and it's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But
And then
that,
the
yeah,
wait
that is
time
true.
too plays a big factor nowadays.
Oh yeah, yep,
It's crazy.
definitely. The lead time, wait time on them is insane right now.
Imagine
Yeah,
push
'cause,
that 6
like-
months to a year.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I wanted some
Yeah.
Graham Lights for my GS. I want some 19s, and then yeah, they said it was gonna be like a year wait for them. I'm like, nah, I'm
jeez,
waiting a year.
a
for
year.
my- like,
I might get rid of the car by
that's
then.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The car might be gone by then.
I know you thought he was on Jack's things, but I'm not waiting for this.
Yeah, nah, I changed
Damn,
mine.
that's crazy.
Nah, tell me about it.
But yeah, just like you said, know your place. Just don't be that guy. Also, like, oh, these fake wheels are way better than real.
Yeah, no,
wheels.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like,
Just know your place.
there's a place for both wheels, but if you're on a budget, don't go and try and just make yourself broke buying new or real wheels just cause.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
I think the one thing I don't like about reps though is when they do fake 3-piece bolts, and you can very
Oh,
clearly
yeah.
see that it's
Yeah,
fake.
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know
Like,
about
that
that.
I can't
Yep.
stand. Like
Yeah,
I think it
nah.
just looks tacky.
Yeah, the finish on them, you can definitely tell. Like if you take a
yeah.
real wheel and then compare to a fake one, you can tell right off the bat. Like
facts.
ESRs, I know a lot of them. You could tell the finish of it is it's not horrible, but you could definitely tell the difference.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy to how much we're willing to spend now. I mean, because even now, you really think about it, 2,500. Damn, that is a lot of money.
Shout out to Kruber though. Kruber's got all the wheels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
on like a nice pair. Just keep watching. I got like the mini truck wheels for. I got them over here for like 400 shipped.
Well, to be honest, those are really small diameters.
are.
Once you get up to like 17, 18, I think shipping.
Yeah, I was about to
The
say,
shipping, yeah, the
$800,
shipping is
$900.
crazy.
Well, what size were the wheels you had on the? the
Damn,
nose?
15.
Oh man, they could have put
No,
that
those
down
aren't
for-
15. Those are 14.
Yeah,
Those are
14
13s
by-
or 14.
Yeah, that's why they're
Yeah,
400
my
a ship.
bad.
They put that in the envelope.
Yeah, 14 by like 5. I think stock's like 3.5.
Oh yeah.
Oh jeez.
I think it was funny because I had the perfect size tires for his
Dude.
wheels. I don't know why, but I just had two. I think they're like 165, 85, 14 tires, brand new,
Massive help.
just in my garage. And I'm like, I'm never going to do anything with these. So if you want them, I mean, you're going to
Yeah,
use them. I'm not going to
absolutely
use them.
perfect.
That's funny.
It was funny though, because I remember I posted them on Marketplace. I was just like, 2 brand new tires, they're old. Give me $20, and then dudes were offering me $5, and I'm like, yo,
What the
Let's get it
like
done.
$20?
Yeah.
I hate marketplace with a
Yo,
passion,
marketplace
man.
is the worst. I swear.
Always get the are these still available?
Yes.
they are.
Nothing.
Ghost.
Ghost.
Are you interested? No.
Oh my gosh, it's the worst, man. And then the worst is when they ghost you, and then they ask you again, "Oh, do you still have these?" Yes. Are you interested or no? Dude, it was somebody for the bumper. It was $550, and then I dropped it to $350, and then he was like, for a second, he responded saying it was like 2 weeks after. Oh, I have $100. I'm like, dude, this is a real bumper, like
Yeah.
$100. I was
Yeah.
like, if you're broke, just get out of here. Didn't even respond.
You know how you
So
should do
upset.
like with
Indie
low
cars.
ballers nowadays? Like when they give me a like ridiculously low offer, I give them the address like the local bank.
Yep.
And they
Oh man, you know what we should try to start doing? Like agree to the price and everything.
Yeah.
And then be like, okay, yeah, meet here, just meet somewhere random.
Yep.
And just leave them stranded over there.
Yeah. That's why you should do the bank.
Damn, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. But yeah, what are we on? Oh, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, other than that, we could go back on the shipping. Hopefully,
Oh, yeah.
because I know with Kruber and Bai, Very good to buy used JDM parts. The shipping is what kills you, though.
Yeah, facts.
So I'm not sure. I know Japan's borders opened up and everything. I'm not sure about how shipping's going to be, though, because I feel like when somebody gets accustomed to a certain price, in this case, we're accustomed to paying, say, $600 to $1,000 for something. I don't think shipping's going to go down too much how it was before. Before, you could buy a seat for like $100, ship it over for like $150.
Damn.
Now that seat, you could still buy it for $150, but that shipping is like almost $1,000
Yeah, because they
for
know
a
it's
seat.
big business
No,
now.
facts.
It is crazy, dude. Like I paid $1,000. It was $1,100 with taxes and everything. For the Sylvia S15 bumper. That was just shipping, and I'm just like, it was still a good deal because that bumper goes for like $6,000. But I was like, damn, $1,100 just
impossible.
for shipping.
Yeah,
But
it's wicked.
I think the market got greedy. That's the thing. Like, not even just wheels, but the JDM market in general.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you said, once the prices go up, people got used to it, and now they're like, oh, why should I go, even when the prices go down, why should I go down in price when I know I can profit this much? And
Exactly.
then that's what
Exactly.
turns $3,000 cars into $30,000 cars.
Yeah,
real
that
quick.
is true. Well,
Absolutely.
that was a good reason, like how we were saying, like the prices of S chassis, not S chassis, but like all cars in general. You have people, say in Japan, who are not making that much money, and they're like, oh, why not sell a car for 20, 30,000 when I know somebody from America can pay that?
Yeah,
So it's crazy, especially now that the yen is down, the U.S. value is higher. Who knows how things are going to go right now?
yeah,
And a lot of importers or exporters aren't even Japanese. A lot of them are from all over the
Oh,
country,
really?
and they're
Brokers just getting in there, huh?
yep,
Damn.
yep, they're getting greedy. And now it's to the point where they're trying to limit who's coming into these auctions and stuff like that. Like you actually have to be a dealer, have certain certifications for it and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where things are gonna go.
Maybe
but
that's a good thing. Maybe they're inspected. I mean, when they inspect them, it has to be that certain place anyway, right? There's probably a couple places that do, but like, you know, our grade is just like,
I hope it gets to that level because it used to be that level where a 3.5, 4 would be a 3.5 or 4, but now it's like you're getting to the point where they only have to provide you, I think it's like 4 or 5 pictures,
Yeah,
and that is
yeah.
it. They do not
Yeah.
have to tell you anything, and all they have to
and there's
say
some
is
hand scribbled notes. It just
Yep.
says like
Crazy.
Urus.
Yep.
And I was like, which part is it?
Yep, and I mean, Sam touched base on one of these, and he got in trouble for it, I think. But it was I think it was a red S15 or a yellow one. No, I think it was a red S15. Had the option B everything, and it was supposed to be selling for 30,000-40,000. And dude, that was like not even a $10,000 car.
Damn.
Insane.
Crazy.
The amount of rust that was on it, and he literally videotaped everything. It's like
Yeah, it's crazy.
that's what people are gonna get.
yeah.
But
Yeah, importing is very it's risky.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Yep.
can't just like I don't know somebody like me. I'm not just gonna fork over like $20,000-$30,000 and I only see 4 pictures. Like me, I need to see the car myself.
exactly,
Yeah.
and there's so many horror stories, especially now.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
you-
like that dude with the R32. Remember? What's
Yep.
his name? Kevin.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
Calvin Malice or
Something.
something.
like that. But yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
oh my
Yep,
god.
and that dude did it to a couple of people, so he pocketed who knows how
Oh
much,
my god.
and it was a rust bucket.
At least
Don't
like
get me
blown up.
started on the topic of importers.
know.
We can make an
Oh,
entire
yeah,
podcast
yeah.
Oh,
on my
yeah.
car, dude.
Oh, we could go a little bit. What was I mean, you picked yours up for a pretty good deal, like before the hike up and everything.
Yeah. So I think this was about 3 years ago. I bought my JZX90 Mark II, factory Tourer V, factory manual R154. I got it for, I'll just say, a really good deal. So back then, they were obviously cheaper. It's worth like maybe like $6,000 more than I paid for it now.
Yep.
But basically, long story short, the importer, they basically said they're like, oh, this is a 80,000 original mile car. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, everything checks out. Don't get me wrong. The car's clean. I know now that it was an R grade and it got hit somewhere, but you can't really tell where, and everything's straight. So I'm like, okay, well, I already bought it, so I don't really care. Like,
Right,
the
right.
car drives fine. No complaints here. And then this importer got under siege because apparently they're selling stolen parts. So I hit him up
really?
like
I didn't know
after
that.
I got my car, and I'm like, hey, this is not a good look for you guys. Like, you guys have to pay for my car VX right now and prove that my shit wasn't stolen, basically. And they sent me the car VX, and I'm like, okay, well, first of all, you said this was a grade 4. This thing's an R grade. Second of all, you said it had 80,000 miles. It shows in 2015 it logged over 340,000 kilometers.
That's impressive.
And I'm
No
like,
way.
yo, like, how did you, like, the cluster, when I bought it, said, like, 127K kilometers.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, like, I don't know, 3 years prior, this thing logged, like, over double that amount of mileage. I'm like, how that?
Crazy.
So, like,
jeez.
I haven't even looked on the block. I don't even know if it's the original 1J. I haven't checked the serial number or
Right,
anything
right.
like that. Or the VIN number. I don't know if it's the original 1J, but my thought is I'm assuming they probably swapped the engine and the cluster at the same time.
to
And
try
they
and
said
match it.
that it was original, but I have no clue. I mean, the car's been treating me well pretty much, so I don't really care that much. But
Right,
it was
right.
like, when that happened, I'm like, you guys got to, like, compensate me because I paid the price for a clean
Yeah.
grade 4, no accident and low mileage one. And I paid you more than this thing's worth. And I was like,
Yeah.
if you guys like reimburse me like a couple thousand, then I'll keep my mouth shut. And then they didn't do anything, so I went public. And I think there's an article on Jalopnik that there's screenshots of what I mentioned in this Facebook group because this thing blew up. That there is an entire Facebook group designed for like
Right,
basically
right. Yeah, yeah. It's
ragging
like
on this company.
it's like
Yeah.
importers, shady importers or
Yeah.
something. Like that.
Especially this
Yep.
specific one. So I don't know what happened to the owners to these guys. I think they're still selling cars now, but every single time I see something posted from them, I'm like, oh my god.
They're just yikes.
I mean, to be honest, I had a fine experience when I picked it up. I drove down with my dad with the truck, and we bought it, rented a U-Haul, trailer it back up. Like, the guys were fine in person,
Yeah.
but then after seeing everything that happened, all of like the evidence that they're selling, I think they sold and parted out like Type R EK or something like that. Like, there are just articles everywhere about like, oh, all the parts from this importer came back stolen, and then there's like witness accounts from the Japanese guys saying, hey, this is my car, it's in America now, here's the VIN, check it, and they're like, oh wow, this is the same car.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah, yeah.
what the hell
Wow.
is this?
Damn.
It was something crazy like that.
Jesus.
But that's my experience with the importing. I know if I were to do it again, I think I'd definitely go private party.
Yep.
I'm a fan of Kyle at Soma Imports
Yep, yep.
and Derek at Northeast Auto Imports. So if I were to do it again, even though it's a little scary going through auctions, it's nice that we have some importers local to the Northeast where they do bring in inventory. So like Pat said, checking out a car before you drop all this money and based off of like 3 very, very bad quality
Right,
import
right.
photos,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
ridiculous. It's like not even the angles that they take it, but
Yeah.
the quality is so
Quality.
bad. It's 2022, almost 2023.
Well,
It's
you know
so
why?
bad.
Because they're all the same. It's literally they're just taking it off of the CCTV.
Yeah.
That's just pointing
Oh,
whatever cars
yeah,
that are
yeah.
coming in. They're
Gotcha.
just taking the screenshots of that. They're not even taking the
Yeah.
pictures themselves. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, you always see the Japanese dude with the mask on just sitting.
Yep, yep.
just
Yep,
seeing
that's
what
all they're
happens.
doing. They're just taking the still shots out of that, and
Oh
that's
my
what they're
God.
posting on. But like you said, it's crazy the way it is now because there's so many people that are importing. Back then, when it first started, there was literally only 2-3 companies when I imported my R32. It's so many shady people, so many greedy people. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And what are the chances that you're going to see that person, or even if they get a bad rep, they honestly, it's sad to say, they don't care. They're like, okay, let me just make a couple $10,000 here and there. It doesn't matter.
So everyone wants a quick business.
Yep.
Yeah, but I want that quick part.
Yeah.
Don't care about the reputation.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
I got pretty lucky getting mine from Japanese Classics though.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't even really paying attention to them, and I was like still working at the airport, so I was working like mad hours. My buddy's working like all these weird hours. He'd be up to like 3 or 5 in the morning, or like one morning I was leaving for work, and he's like, "Hey, I found you a car. I know you're looking at a 240Z,
Yeah.
like an old one." And he's like, I know you've been saving, but I found this 32. You ever hear of Japanese Classics? I was like, no, I haven't. And they must have been at like 30, 40,000 followers at the time, like 5 years ago.
Yep.
And he's like, yo, you won't fill out an application right now. I'm like, actually, this is pretty sick. I'll do it. So I
I'm assuming
called
this
him
is
up.
Soren.
Oh, yeah, it's Soren,
Nice.
yeah. So I called them up. I was like, hey, hold the car. I just sent over the application, and I got the loan. And they're like, all right, we'll hold it for you. And this is when they used to hold a car for like a week.
Oh, wow.
You know, so we headed down there. My mom's car, took out the back seats and filled that whole thing with Yogi Bows, like the big beanbag chair.
Yeah.
And we went down there in pouring rain, and we slept in a Waffle House parking lot,
No
like
way.
right
Hell
outside
yeah.
of the airport area where they got them all. So went in there the next day, and it was like first showroom I've been in with like, you know, white wall, everything. There's like 20 cars lined up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh damn, that's it. It's like all the clean paint and everything. And
You're like,
they're
this
like,
is
yeah,
it.
we're gonna drive you around first so that you don't just like take it out and crash this thing. So I'm like, all right, and heading out of there, I you know, got the car and everything, hit up a gas station, got some extra cash on the way home, and it's a 3-puck when I got it.
Yeah,
It was the hardest
so
car
it's
to
like,
drive. Oh my god, dude.
Oh,
That
like
was
work
don't
out.
stop.
yeah. So that was actually the first standard car I owned. And so like riding back right hand too.
Big money.
Yeah.
R32 Skyline right off the
Jeez.
bat.
I went from Altima to Skyline.
Big automatic.
Yeah, I was
back
about
in
to
the
say.
day.
But,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. I got lucky on it, man. And then I got back, and my card got stolen from that gas station. So
No.
I was paying
Wait,
gas.
what?
Yeah, from that gas station. I got the money out.
Yeah.
They had a card tracker. It was going to some guy in prison, and they were just taking $150 out like every hour. And my
Yeah.
bank was like, oh, well, he must be in prison. Let's just give him all the rest of the money out of his savings. So they ran my whole bank dry.
Damn.
I was like, I got this car. I got back home. I'm like, dude, I can't even buy food. I was putting everything on a credit card for like
I mean,
2
wow.
weeks.
Yeah, but you got a Skyline at
know.
least.
I'm about to say, hey,
I'm broke, but I'm in the Skyline.
But it feels good.
Damn, that's crazy,
Yeah, that's
dude.
wild, yeah.
Nuts.
Oh, man.
Yeah, big up and down in 1 week, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's a hell
But
of
yeah,
a roller
hey,
coaster.
it worked
for
out
sure.
good, you know. Never really left me stranded anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that clutch was brutal. It was a 3-puck
Oh, yeah.
unsprung, I think, right? Was
Yeah.
it sprung? That was a terrible
Probably
clutch.
I think there was it was like almost a 1/4-inch groove in the flywheel when I had to go get it resurfaced.
Oh man.
Oh,
The guy was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I was like, "Let's just go for it."
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, shout out to Soren,
How'd
dude.
it
His Toyota Echo taught all of us how to drive manual.
Dude,
It
for
probably
real.
taught like 11 dudes how to drive manual in that
That's
thing.
funny.
Yeah, and then he finally blew it up on the highway.
Damn.
damn.
After like 4 transmissions.
Yeah. I went out there to go visit him in Arizona, and I'm like, so what's different about this thing? It's pretty good. He's like, yeah, I got a bunch of work done before we left, but it's missing 3rd and 4th gear. So you had to go 2nd red line, and there's no tax, so you had to guess where red line was, getting out of the highway, and then put it in 5th.
Oh, jeez.
Alrighty.
That's funny.
So he had it in 5th gear on the highway, and just like gave it a little gas, and the whole bell housing went. It's just everything was gone.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's insane. Well, thanks for sharing your story, guys. But that's pretty much it for this episode. Thank you guys for joining me. Like I said, if you guys have any inputs, what do you guys think? Real wheels versus fake wheels? Any imports, horror stories? Be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Till next time, guys.